Let me tell you something that might sting a little. You're not broke because you're lazy. You're not broke because you just don't get finance. You're broke because you were never taught how money actually works. And now, you're trying to survive a system that was never built for you. But today, that ends. Because this isn't a video about budgeting or guilt. This is a truth mirror and a roadmap. If you've ever thought, where does my money go? Why am I always behind? Why does everyone else seem to have it together but me? You're in the right place. Before starting the video, I want to introduce myself. I talk money the women way. Whether you're saving your first $100 or planning your future freedom, I'm here to help you make smart and beautiful decisions with your money. I'm Yuna CEO, and this is She Talks Money. Now let's break down the real reasons you're broke. One by one. Why you're broke. Reason number 1. You don't actually know where your money is going. Not because you're careless, but because your spending is invisible. Let's start with something simple. Open your bank app. Scroll through the last 7 days. Now tell me, where did the money go? A $10 Starbucks here, a $20 app subscription there, a $15 takeout order because you were too tired to cook. You blink and suddenly $200 is gone, and you don't even remember how. You didn't overspend on a Chanel bag. You didn't buy anything crazy. So what happened? Here's the truth. You're not drowning from one big wave. You're leaking through tiny holes. This is the invisible drain. $6 here, $8 there, on things that don't even light you up. Impulse takeout. That app you forgot to cancel. A 2-for-1 sale you didn't need. It's not evil, it's not shameful, but it is unconscious. And unconscious money becomes vanished money. Let me tell you about my friend Elena. Elena made $2,300 a month. She thought she had a spending problem. Turns out, she just had a visibility problem. She tracked her expenses for 7 days. And day 3, she found out she'd spent $47 on little things. Snacks, digital tips, random Uber rides. By the end of the week, $126 gone. She didn't feel bad. She felt informed. Because now, she saw the pattern. And when you see it, you can stop it. So here's your challenge. Track every single thing you spend money on for the next 7 days. Your money is already telling you a story. You just haven't been listening. But once you start, you'll never look at your spending the same way again. Why you're broke. Reason number 2. You think structure is restriction, but chaos isn't freedom. It's financial erosion. You want the appearance of freedom. So you avoid rules. You say, I don't want to track everything. I'll just be mindful. I kind of know what I'm doing. But let me ask you this. When has chaos ever created peace? Think of money like food. Imagine saying, I'm not going to count anything. I'll just feel when I've had enough. But there's chocolate in every room, pizza on every screen, wine in every hand. That's not freedom, that's confusion. That's self-sabotage dressed as intuition. Here's the truth no one told you. A budget isn't punishment, it's protection. It's a boundary you build to support the version of you who's tired of living in survival mode. It says, I choose where my money goes before the world chooses for me. Budgeting isn't about restriction, it's about permission. Next time you're about to spend, pause, ask, is this aligned with the life I want or the mood I'm in? Freedom without structure isn't freedom, it's erosion. If you want to feel free with money, you have to lead it, not chase it, not avoid it, lead it. Why you're broke. Reason number 3, you're trying to look rich before you actually are, and social media isn't helping. You see her on your screen. She's radiant, effortless, glowing, calm. She wears linen, she shops at Sephora weekly, she makes oat milk lattes in $80 mugs, and you think, I want to feel like that. I want to look like that. So you start buying the pieces, the skincare, the leggings, the coffee shop vibe. But weeks later, your bank account is screaming, and you don't feel any closer to rich. But you should already know. Most people trying to look rich are actually broke. Credit card debt, no savings, panic every time rent is due. But their life looks amazing. Because on social media, money isn't wealth, it's performance. Let me tell you what I do now. When I want something, a dress, a tech gadget, a $120 perfume, I don't say no. I say yes, but not yet. I add it to my 30-day wish list. If I still want it after 30 days and it fits into my budget, I get it, guilt-free. But 80% of the time, I forget about it completely, which means I wanted the feeling, not the thing. Luxury isn't loud. Luxury is not checking your bank account before paying a bill, walking away from a toxic job because you have savings, sleeping peacefully because you're not living on the edge. That's real wealth. Not a $60 candle, but the space to light one without guilt. You don't need to look rich. You need to be free. And freedom doesn't come from mimicking strangers on Instagram. It comes from building something real, one decision at a time. Why you're broke, reason number 4, you don't have a buffer. And that turns every small emergency into a financial crisis. It always starts the same way. Your car breaks down. Your tooth flares up. Your boss cuts your hours. And suddenly, your entire budget collapses because you didn't have a buffer. No cushion, no emergency fund, so you go into panic mode, swipe the card, borrow from someone, delay rent, cancel plans, and the spiral begins. You're not bad with money, you're just living on the edge every single day. And that's not sustainable, because when you're one crisis away from collapse, every little thing feels huge. A $150 emergency should be annoying, not devastating. So here's your mission, and it's not overwhelming. Build a $500 emergency fund. That's it, not 6 months of expenses, not $10,000. You could sell one bag you never use, skip 2 takeouts a week, get 1 weekend side gig, pause a subscription that isn't serving you $500 isn't unreachable. It's a series of small, conscious wins, stacked. You deserve to live a life where emergencies don't destroy you. You deserve peace. And peace starts with a cushion. Why you're broke, reason number 5. You believe you're just bad with money. But being untrained isn't the same as being incapable. Let me tell you the most dangerous sentence in personal finance. I'm just bad with money. I hear it all the time, from women who are brilliant, creative, powerful. But somewhere along the line, someone taught them that money wasn't their thing. Maybe you never learned about money growing up. Maybe you made one mistake, a loan, a card, a missed bill, and the shame stuck. Maybe no one ever showed you that money is a skill, not a personality trait. So you internalized it. And now, every time you mess up, the story gets reinforced. I'm just bad with money. Here's what happens. Shame, avoidance, mistakes, more shame. And the cycle continues until you break the script. You're not bad with money, you're untrained. And like any skill, cooking, driving, speaking a language, you can learn. Mistakes don't make you weak. They make you human. Pause this video. Write one money habit you're proud of. Now write one belief about money you're ready to let go of. Repeat after me. I am not bad with money. I am becoming financially strong. I can learn, I can grow, I can lead. say it, whisper it, feel it. Because your money story isn't over. You're just on page 1 of a new chapter. Why you're broke. Reason number 6. You avoid your finances out of fear, but what you avoid controls you. Let me guess. You haven't checked your bank balance in days, or maybe weeks, because you're scared of what you'll see, scared of the number, the guilt, the feeling of being behind. So you avoid it, and you tell yourself, I'll deal with it tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. You've built your finances up in your mind like a monster under the bed, but monsters shrink the second you turn on the light. Your money is not the enemy. Your fear is. And every day you avoid it, that fear grows bigger than it needs to be. Here's a ritual that changed everything for me. 1 money date. 15 minutes every Sunday. No spreadsheets, no pressure. Just you, your phone, your account, and your truth. Light a candle. Play soft music. Review your week. Ask, what came in? What went out? How did I feel when I spent? This is how you stop being afraid. This is how you take your power back. Your money wants your attention, not your shame. Start with a glance and build from there. Why you're broke. Reason number 7. You don't have a financial why. And when there's no vision, there's no motivation. If you don't know where you're going, you'll never feel like you're getting anywhere. That's why so many people quit on their financial goals, because they don't feel connected to them. They're just told, save money. Budget better. Stop spending. But no one asks, why? Why are you doing this? Discipline pushes, but vision pulls. One burns out, the other builds momentum. So ask yourself, what do I want money to do for me? Quit a job I hate? Live alone for the first time? Travel? Pay off my parents' bills? Feel peace when I open my banking app? This is your pull. This is your why. Write it down, print it, make it your screensaver. Because when you have a reason, a real, honest, emotional reason, you stop spending out of boredom. You start spending on purpose. You stop chasing quick highs and start building a soft life that lasts. If your finances feel empty, maybe it's because your vision is missing. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be pointed in the right direction. Now let's take a breath and recap. Because we just covered a lot. Here's what we've learned. You're not broke because you're bad with money. You're broke because your money is leaking. Invisibly, silently, in ways you didn't even notice. You've been avoiding your finances out of fear, not laziness. You've confused chaos with freedom. And now you know that real freedom comes from structure. You've been chasing the appearance of wealth instead of building the foundation of it. You've been told budgeting is punishment. But now, you know it's a form of self-respect. You didn't grow up with tools, but now you're learning how to create your own. And most importantly, you were missing a moi why pom, a goal, a vision, a reason to care. That changes today. You don't need to implement everything at once. Just pick one thing from this video and do it this week. Track your spending for 7 days. Start a $500 buffer fund. Write down your why. Set a 15-minute money date on Sunday. Or simply stop saying, I'm bad with money. That alone is a glow up. You are not behind. You are not a failure. You're just building a skill you were never taught, in a system that was never built for your freedom. But now you see it. And once you see it, you don't go back. I'm proud of you. Even if you haven't done anything yet, I'm proud of you for listening. Because awareness is the first step toward change. Now it's your move. Let's build wealth Not just in your wallet, but in your mindset, your peace, and your power. You've got this, and I'll be here, every step of the way. I'm Yuna, and this is She Talks Money. See you.